with me, Simon Clemmy, and I'm being joined in my box by the legend, Greg Main. How are you, sir?
I'm very well, thank you. Good to see you.
Good to see you too, pal. So I've not had you in my. Let me think. This is your debut in the box this season.
No, first game I did it.
Did you really?
Yeah, I popped in.
Did you pop in? Oh, you popped in for a short period of time.
When you had the Lady Mayoress and the Lady Mayoress.
Yeah, and I kept calling one of them the Lord Mayor.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
it was a little confusing. But...
Well, the thing is, you know, you just don't know what to say, do you?
No.
You know, sometimes you feel like you should say Miss, Mom,
your worship.
Yeah, your worship.
But it was good to have them here.
I completely got it wrong. But nonetheless, thanks for joining us. Big game today. Again, to be honest with you, I think every game is big, really, in this league. In all seriousness,
yeah.
Haven't. I have not. We don't know too much about them. New team up into the league this year, same as Colchester, same as Oxford Harlequins, which we're due to play, I think, beginning of next month.
Yeah.
We don't know much about them, as I said. In terms of their game so far, they first game of the season beat Sevenoaks. Always nice to hear that statement. Beat Sevenoaks. They then went and beat Worthing. They then lost to Guernsey, as did we. They then lost to Westcombe Park. They're sitting 9th in the league with 10 points. They average about 27 points a game, but they also are shipping about 30 points a game. So it's a topsy-turvy one, isn't it? How do you call it?
Sounds like defence is one of their issues, perhaps optional for them. I did ask the question earlier to a couple of people here whether we had actually played them before, just as a bit of background. When we have the lunch, pre-match lunch, you swap shields and plaques. But we have played them. They were in our league a few years ago. In fact, they were our first ever league win in 2006, I think it was, National League. We beat them quite convincingly at their place. So yeah, there's a bit of history there, good history. But you know, they used to be a really top team, really sort of high up. A lot of strength in that area with Trojans and so on, and Portsmouth, United Services of Portsmouth.
Yeah. So
it's quite a hotbed from the military side of things. It used to be a very sort of strong area, but I think it's gone downhill a little bit. But good to see them back in the league again. Hopefully they're going to sort of do well this season after this week, obviously. But yeah, they've done well. They've fronted up well.
Yeah, well, I've looked into a little bit of their history. I noticed that they had a Samoan playing for them back in the early turn of the century. You've had Derek White, who is, I believe, a Scottish and I think British and Irish international at some point there as well. They've had a couple of Harlequins players as well. So they obviously are a team which has got some lovely history.
Yeah.
Talking about the history, so they were founded 73 years ago in 1951. They currently run 4 senior men's teams, 2 women's teams. So it sounds like they're kind of like a really decent size club. Yeah. You know, I wouldn't say too dissimilar to ourselves.
No, look forward to going down there and seeing how they run the place. Obviously they've got some strength in depth. So big old boys there they're just trotting out now. There's some big units there.
There's a couple of sizable lumps, shall we say. Interesting stuff, as I've been bringing you all season so far about the teams that we are playing at home. So HAVANT is a thriving market town, and it's characterised by its fine Georgian buildings and narrow weaving footpaths called Twittons.
Okay.
There's some information for you, mate.
So
when you go down there, you can be walking down the Twittons.
Yeah.
HAVANT was actually destroyed by fire in 1760, and only the church and its adjacent cottages survived the fire, which are now known as the Old House at Home. There we go. What a lovely bit of information.
All useful stuff.
You know it,
I'll file that away and probably forget that.
I mean, you can also follow away with the fact that President is very good at making parchment down there.
Okay.
Yeah. There we go. That gives you pretty much.
You never know when you need a bit of parchment.
You never know when you need a bit of parchment to probably cover over my mouth. Quick team sheet just before the referee goes through it. So starting at loose head, Aaron Cooper this week, Owen O'Donoghue at 2, Danny Herriott at 3, Dave Irvine, Jamie Stevens create the engine room in the second row, Sammy Rogers and Harvey Furno as flankers with Chad Thomas at 9, 10 Tom Williams, Frankie the Cheesemate, Marcy General at 10, and on the wings Ada Moss, Gary Jones. And the centre partnership is Frank Morgan and Will Waddington today.
That's a high shot.
And obviously, at the left notice, we've got the Hair Bear bunch playing at fullback, buddy.
A high tackle there, Mike.
Yeah, he's picked up pretty quickly. Let's play on, which is nice. Just went into the 22.
Still playing under advantage here.
You've come in the side, but no advantage. High tackle.
Back then, are we? Good to see Gary Jones on the score sheet again last week.
Yes, yeah, he's scoring for fun at the moment. Great addition to the team.
Points scored.
But again, he's one of those players. If we can get against some of our players, if we just get them a bit of air, a bit of space, we aren't going to.
Yeah, he's destructive. Yeah, him. I'd like to see Kurt getting on the score sheet as well. If he can, do it this week, that'd be good. He shouldn't have showed up so much in the last couple of weeks.
No, and again, do you think it's because of the change from playing sevens, coming to 15s, or acclimatising?
Not sure. If he's given the opportunity, we've seen him run with the ball and knock players down. He's quite destructive in that sense, but perhaps given a bit of space, he could trouble the scorers.
Just want to see if we can get as much range as we can. If we have to run a cable over the top there.
Nice strike through.
Cheesy.
Yes.
So, what do you say about a minute and a half in?
Yeah.
On the scoreboard already? I think it's one of those things, isn't it? I mean, you've got to take points when it's there, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Make sure you stay on.
Whereas obviously, I know that John Halliday would be saying to me, no, you should be running in tries.
It's gone
And it
10,
should obviously
play
always be a Halliday scoring. That's Harvey Fern over the collect there. My hat's on.
Not sure if the ref saw that.
That's right. My favourite time of any rugby match, scrum time. That's some big lumps up front, isn't it?
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see because it is actually using my leveller's thing again. It's a beautiful day. But it is actually quite warm out there, so it'd be interesting to see if how long they'll last running around. They're playing up the slope as well, which, as we've said several times, is worth a lot of points.
Certainly is. Good set. Can't leave with a slight nudge there. That's great work. So that's Aaron Cooper at loose head there.
So that's took that one off.
Nice hit, Sammy Rogers, I think that was. Ooh. He's not going to get off the line very fast, is he? Bless him. There. Knock on.
Advantage.
First one.
Oh, Danny looking for the touch finder then, but just called back in time. Saved his embarrassment. It was either a touch finder or it was going to be a 55-metre sprint to the line.
Something like that. Yeah. I'll just have a quick lull. Just go through the team sheet for HAVANT. Stephen Jenkinson starts at loose head with Sean Shepherd at hooker. Tight head, Armandus Morgan. Good name, Armandus. That just rolls off the tongue.
Sounds like Harry Potter.
It does, doesn't it? Harrison Young and Ross Parkin in the second row with Vince Samuel, Dugan Wesley, or Wesley Dugan in as flanker, and Dylan Reid at 8. Number 9 from this week is Benjamin Holt with Edward Lewis at fly half, Harry Carr on the left, Jerome Rudder on the right, midfield pairing of Joel Knight and Jacob Knight. What is their bodies? Could be. Question to be asked. And Jack Phillips at fullback. He's definitely got the nudge at the moment of the scrum. Loose ball, picked up by Will Watts.
Take him back.
You have to create something there, Frankie.
Out on the floor.
He's done well there.
JP out on the floor. Take him back into the 22.
That's interesting.
He's gone back into the 22.
Yeah. Did he step back into the 20? I'd like to have another look at that at some point actually. Did he step back or was the ball hit back from the charge down?
No, just up at Marcus.
A little harsh perhaps, but we shall see. Good to see Aaron Cooper back in the black and amber.
Yeah, it's been
nice
a couple
chap.
of years. He's a top lad, Coops. I'll tell you a story about him and my cousin later.
I don't know.
Oh no,
Are we allowed to have that
no,
story?
it's good. It's good.
Okay.
He was doing care in the community in Guernsey.
Stay.
Well,
He went above and beyond.
I was going to say, to be fair, most of the players have to take care of the community when he's on the field, but there we are.
Dave Irvine got dropped then, which
Yeah.
was for the height he was up there. It could be a bit nasty.
One thing to do is get straight back in, really get a shove on.
Stays you are, don't change.
Owen no longer the mullet, getting involved as well. It's just been fractured a bit, but they've got a good line now.
Yeah.
They're set very well. Not much coming there. Mossy tried to get the rip away, didn't he, there? I don't think that's the right decision
Was
sometimes.
he on it? Oh no, he's kicking the penalty.
Rolls first. Your jack list.
Well, I couldn't quite see what the referee's arm motion was there.
11, not rolling.
Not rolling away, perhaps. No, they're going for points.
I'd say for them it's the right decision. Just put yourself back to parity and go again, perhaps.
Yeah,
Again, in theory, you're going to get the ball back in 22.
Also playing up the slope, take the points where you can get it.
So obviously everything was going very well swimmingly so far this season for Canterbury. You know, 3 games, 3 5-pointers, and then we just slipped off last week against Guernsey. I mean, I didn't go, and I know we spoke earlier. Obviously, you weren't able to make it for the first time in a few years.
Yeah, which is a shame, but missed it.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Well, we said take the points when you can. Get the points when you can. That's a bad miss.
From there,
Yeah.
Hey, bring us
Yeah,
down.
that's a poor kick.
So I'm hoping really then for us this season that today we should get ourselves back on the old horse.
Well, let's hope so.
That's a good option actually, I think there. Oh, good pickup.
Yeah, by all accounts, we were camped on the Guernsey line towards the end of the game, trying to put the 4th try bonus point, but
It's an
couldn't
option.
quite get it.
You see an option there, or is it a play for nothing? I can't tell. There was neither a range finder or trying to get it. He's coming well there, isn't he?
Play on. Backwards.
Knock on, mate.
Backwards, play
Oh,
on.
look backwards. It's coming from us. Okay. Down wide.
Yeah, this one.
I don't think either team has really got themselves into the game just yet. I mean, we're looking at the clock there saying 8 minutes in, but there's not been a particularly good passage of play yet. That's
Well,
forward.
that had to be forward, right in front of the ref as well. It's an interesting option.
Through. It's all about that bounce.
Tommy Williams,
Tommy Williams.
going for try of the week again.
Oh, you know what that try against
And let's you.
oh blimey, Worthing, wasn't it?
Blinding, absolutely blinding. Yeah. And what was good about that? Well, there were a number of things that were good about it. Was relatively early on in the game as well. It wasn't like they were waiting, like exhausted.
No, and
he ran through a lot of players.
going uphill.
Yeah.
Also.
Yeah.
Some good feet there from their left winger Harry Carr.
Okay.
They seem to be getting their number 12 actually on the ball quite a lot. Jacob Knight, he seems to be getting involved quite a lot.
That's the advantage. Play through, you still have the advantage.
That's a call it wrecking ball.
It looks like a 20-year older Will McCall.
Okay. Bacon.
Good old Bacon.
Is the carnage over?
Fine, boys.
He's in.
I think he's only going to give them advantage once they actually score this, right?
He's in. Yeah. That's a good try. They've worked that well.
Just slipping off a few things there. I think my biggest concern there is we spoke about it before the game started. We were talking about our defence and how we were making positive hits. Just a few negatives there.
Yeah. Being dragged along a little
being
bit.
dragged along, miss a few.
Yeah, and it doesn't take much for once they get behind the attack, defending line.
Yes, good shot there. So HAVANT with the opening try of the game. And to be fair, I think it's just coming from a little level of, it's a bit lackadaisical, isn't it?
Yeah. We're not fully applying the pressure at the moment, so it's gone.
Missed on the kick.
Okay. Got let off a little bit there. It's time now for Jamie to get behind him and just gee the boys up a little bit here. It's not like we've had to sort of shake any journey out of our legs. This is time to step up and perform.
Yeah, very much so. I think, and as I said, it's felt like quite a disjointed first 10 minutes of this rugby game.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like there's been much flow, like one team's had more than the other. Just need to get some phases, really, don't they?
Play on, boys. Step for me, thank you.
See, that's a more positive hit there.
You.
Cool. Not much on that kick at all.
No, it's only a long time.
I'd like to see there, actually, to be fair, from that kick, that from the scrum half there. I get a funny feeling that the 6 was probably in an offside position before the kick happened. I don't think the referee might have picked that up.
Well, I mean, you could have spotted it, Clemmy.
Well, eagle eyes.
That's a
eagle
good kick.
eyes.
That's a nice nudge.
Last game, actually, obviously the home game, obviously against Worthing, but Craig Heatherly's got a hell of a boot on him, hasn't he?
I've not seen him kick.
Oh, wow,
what?
Greg. Jeez, he can give you a touch finder.
I've got to look out for that one, okay.
Yep.
And it's good, you know, especially if you're under pressure, like we are a little bit here.
Yep.
If we can clear this.
Plenty of space there.
There we go. Good barnstormer there. Chad.
Yeah, it is indeed. Interesting to see not Brick injured, or
I haven't heard.
I think there's not even on the bench today.
All here we go.
Iglo
Here we
looping,
go.
fend off. Oh,
nice.
that's sick.
One more. Tommy Williams going in again, perhaps? No.
No, he only likes going from 70 yards.
Yeah.
Harvey Furno doing what he does best.
There's plenty of space out there.
One out there to Gary.
He's in a touch or something. No, I was saying earlier, and I said last season as well, sometimes it's good to have someone who's got that real sort of siege gun boot to relieve the pressure when you're in your 22.
Yeah.
And it's something that Canterbury have not done for a few years, particularly when they're playing downhill, because often the wind is coming from behind you, and it's, as an ex-forward, it's quite a relief to see the ball going over your head and down into their half.
Yeah.
When you've been soaking up the pressure for 5-10 minutes or so.
Well, I think it's like I call it kind of playing the percentage.
Yeah.
And it's one of those tough ones, isn't it? That you especially as a forward, because sometimes you just want that pressure to be relieved from you.
Yeah.
You just want to be playing down in their half, and as I said, he's got a heck of a boot on him.
Oh, look out for that. I slipped into Bill McLaren mode, a siege gun boot. Remember that? Yeah. It would be shilly shally. Like,
Oh,
Merlin the Magician.
Oh man, I love Shilly Shally. Just a bit of lull in play. Can't see from our cameras that we've got. We've obviously got multiple here, and obviously we are blessed with the work that the MMS 360 media guys do. Right?
It's top stuff, top draw stuff.
And to be honest, with you, this season exceedingly lucky to have Orbital Net involved.
I'm glad you mentioned that. Because yes, it's great to have that backing. And I said it before. I said a couple of weeks ago. As a club, a lot of other clubs look at us with envy, because to have this kind of coverage at our level is unprecedented. It's great to have it.
I think what's great as well for the rest of the league is that when you're playing Canterbury, and if you are not selected, you can open up your clubhouse if you haven't got a game on.
Yeah.
Get this streamed up and
on.
Yeah,
absolutely. A lot of
brilliant.
Taking advantage of that. So
yeah, because I know that Colchester were chatting about it, wasn't it? Colchester had a lot of their guys there. It's lovely.
Right. Okay.
It's good to have quality commentators as well.
Well,
Can't have
yeah,
everything.
again, it's something they have to work on,
Be
right?
aware of them breaking
It's a work in
into
progress.
attack.
It is a work in progress.
It's hard when you're marking the defence, obviously. Yeah.
A couple of injuries, people down there at the moment.
Jamie Stevens there. Looks like he's got a bit of a hurty. Check his eye, isn't he? I don't know if he's got a cut in it or a bit of dirt, maybe a contact lens, I don't know. I used to have, did you, you're not a bespectacled man like myself,
No.
so you never had that issue, did you?
No.
Jamie, you good?
Like I say, it's very easy for one to, a contact lens to pop out. I used to have to, when I used to play, I used to have to carry at least 2 or 3.
Really?
Because, yeah,
Okay.
quite a lot of
It's
time.
never been an issue.
But it's because, you know, eye gouging back then was, you know, was a necessity, right?
Jamie, you good?
Along with a darn good bit of shoeing, which you don't get to see anymore. I loved a bit of shoeing.
Oh, you have to ask my wife about that.
Time back on.
I'll tell you a story about that as well.
So we lined up 2 already, half time. I'm loving this. So, line out to HAVANT just outside their 22. Oh, missed and picked up by Owen O'Mullet. Well, no longer O'Mullet.
Penalty advantage.
Saw the referee's arm there as well. It looks like do we have a penalty coming?
I didn't see it.
This is, I thought I saw an outstretched arm.
Just hold the mark from the outlet, Gav.
Oh, Will Wallace. Great to see him on the field. Love Will Wallace.
Yeah, it's a penalty advantage there.
High tackle.
High tackle.
High tackle. 7.
What would you do here, Greg?
Go for touch.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We'll go for a little just tap.
No.
Okay.
No. And they obviously listen to me.
Well, who wouldn't?
How many people are listening?
Well, your wife.
Well, yeah. No, she's here. She's up here.
Is she listening?
Yeah,
Is she listening?
She's up here. No. Listens. Well, that's an accusation she makes against me. I never listen. So I hear, I just don't listen.
Oh,
I filter.
nice. I think if I use that in my house, you'll see me with 2 black eyes.
Oh, okay. Because you've been told twice.
And there won't be a thrice.
Yeah.
Now, is Gary Jones going to snuffle in there again?
Owen's at the back there.
He's tempted.
He's going
He is
over.
tempted. He should be there. Oh, and he's there.
Yes. good try.
Great
Control.
Nice.
And hopefully that'll get the boys up and ready for the next, what are we on, 20 minutes, 40 minutes. Owen's got a problem with his eye there again.
I think sometimes, you know, we've been blessed over the last couple of home games, in particular with Colchester and the Worthing game, for it to be really expansive rugby, you know, and almost flash rugby. Sometimes you just need to just grind out the points at first, don't you? You have to, you have to kind of you have to earn the right to play, right?
Yeah, no, I'd agree with that. The only sort of thing I would say is that, yeah, if we can get a decent margin in the first half, then yeah, we might have to do a bit of the grinding in the second half. But yeah, you're right. It's going to be a tricky one for Cheesy. Yeah? Not much of an angle. But he's been kicking well. Kiss of death. Yeah, he's got that.
Oh, that's
a
a
lovely
cracker.
kick.
That's a cracker.
That's a great kick.
Really lovely kick there from the Cheesemeister.
But he's hobbling a bit.
Yeah, just push it on Canterbury's lead now to 5 points. Score here at the Marine Travel Ground: Canterbury 10, HAVANT 5. Obviously, as mentioned already, all the wonderful footage you're receiving today from MOS 360 Media, and obviously with the partnership with Sportsmannet. Now, today's ball sponsor, match ball sponsor, I'm assuming you know, Stratton Parker.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, actually, you know what? I've done a little bit of work for Stratton Parker recently.
Have you?
Yes, I have. Yeah, yes. I'm not going to talk too much about that in case they tell me not to.
It's under warranty, is it?
And obviously, don't forget, we've always got our principal sponsor, which is Marine Travel.
Yeah.
And you do know that time and tide waits for no man, right?
So I hear.
That's what I've been told.
Wise words, Clemmy. Wise
Ah,
words.
always wise. I find that I'm wiser than most people give me credit for.
Because you don't get a lot of credit for it.
I don't get, I get very
Nobody
rarely
could be that
credit.
unwise, could they?
Well, you'd hope freaking not, wouldn't you?
Oh, yeah, that's a nice reach there.
Rose like a salmon.
Oh, that's another Bill McLaren.
I was trying to think of new ones actually over the weekend. I was thinking like the Twin Towers, and I thought you can't really say the Twin Towers, people get upset. Ooh. Samoan sidestep there. Looks like ball secure.
They looked a bit up a bit early there, haven't? I don't know if that number 5 was preempting a tackle.
It was close. It's nice delivery though, isn't it? You do get lovely delivery from. Oh.
Oi.
Is that a shank? Was he coming?
No, Kurt's
The
under
hair
it.
bear bunch is in
There you
it.
go. Oh, was that knocked on?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That could be a card then if it was a deliberate knock on.
He's definitely
He's-
offside by a country mile.
He got there as early as he could, as I say.
Oh,
This
now
could
the
be
option
on
is
now.
there.
Could be on.
Oh,
I think the advantage will be over now.
I get the feeling the big man could have done a little bit more there. Yeah, flat pass. I like that. Yeah.
Again.
Oh. The line was nearly right. I think. I mean, if he'd just come back in a little bit more, could have
Yeah.
opened up a little further.
Away. No.
Oh, that's nice. Oh.
Barnes Wallace pass. They've nicked it.
And Fly hacked it away.
Yeah, there could be a chase on here.
Who's chasing that? You can see that.
Coops.
Coops, bloody hell. You're not expecting a loose head to get
No,
back
done
there.
well.
First rate, he's
Done
done
well.
very well.
Because we didn't kick it.
Well, that's true. That's Danny Herrick's job. Now, I don't know if you saw in the news the conversation about the fact the caterpillar's going to disappear.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's your favourite, isn't it?
I hate it so much. Oh my giddy aunt. It's almost dumbing down the skill set of the scrum half. You know, there's a job to be done.
Yeah.
It's good feet.
Oh, hello.
No. Oh, wow.
Pulling him back. Don't go Vine.
The most annoying thing there for me, and a couple of the fans were talking about it prior to the game, the yellow cards killed us last week.
Okay.
Apparently in Guernsey, and that's a stupid one.
That's a stupid one. He will regret that. There was no need for it, really. But yeah, apparently last week we gave away a lot of penalties, which hasn't been the situation for the first few games of the season. We've really cut down on the number of penalties we've given away. So.
Well, the things it does,
disappointing.
it completely kills you.
Yeah.
It really does.
Yeah.
Just asking what you had for breakfast. Was it a long trip? Did you have your yogurt and granola? Get up, get up, get up.
Disjointed lift there.
Well, I think this is going to happen. I'll be surprised if it doesn't.
Penalty, I think, is coming in the side there. Or,
Owen, I think it was Owen coming in. Yeah.
or no, dragging them all down.
The worry is he going to go in his pocket again? Because he's, to be fair, he's well within his rights.
Calling them over. And over Jamie. That could be our last warning.
Make him in the side. Discipline here. Sig. 2.
Going for the line again. So without Big Dave there, we could be struggling to defend this. So I don't know if they're going to put someone else in.
So in this scenario, Greg, would you go brave, not go for the lift, wait for the drop and then go for the sack?
Well, that's the point I'm saying. Without him sort of defending against it, I think they'd wait. They'll wait for him to come down. Yeah. There we go. But it's at the back already. And again, they trundle on again.
He's come dislodged. I mean, that's
yeah.
poor from him.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure which HAVANT player that was, but I mean... Oh, that's a good hit. That's nice.
Who's that?
Owen.
Owen. He's having a good game. Again.
Sammy Rogers maybe could have
He's
got
on
it
He's on
lower.
it. No. Harvey had that.
The number 5. Oh, there was hands on there, wasn't there? Just got to get low. Got to get low. No, that's high. It's all now about the positive hit, right? Is that right, Greg?
Yeah, just get them back on off the front foot. So at the moment they're managing to make some gains. That's another good hit there, Gary.
Could have had a rip there, I feel. Oh,
must be on
what
it.
now?
Oh, no, it's a penalty now.
Oh, very frustrating.
But deserved. You have to say they worked hard for that, haven't? Maybe that one-man advantage for them will help, especially in the forwards.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you're going to struggle, aren't you, to defend from the line out when you've got such a big lump that Big D is.
Yeah. Yeah, he does add a bit of bulk, and it'd be interesting to see the next scrum as well. What time did they go off? 22. So we've still got a little bit of time to go if there's another scrum. How they rearrange that. I did notice a couple of players have been hobbling. Jamie's obviously had a bit of a knock. It looks like Cheesy's either come into the game with something or has picked up a knock as well.
Adding the extra 2 points there. So HAVANT now pushed themselves into the lead here at the Marine Travel Ground with 27 minutes on the clock. It's Canterbury 10, HAVANT 12. And I've got to say, Greg, it's not been the greatest spectacle of rugby yet.
It's been very broken. No pattern, as you mentioned earlier. There's no sort of dominance from either side at the moment. Although, having said that, HAVANT have
no, behave. Oh, I thought he was going to go in straight from there. Good response. Now this is my only issue here, and last year we did it a lot. This is where we butchered opportunities by trying to force things. You know.
Yeah, need to just be sensible here. Knock it over.
That's good. That's good line.
That's a nice line.
I felt like he was scraped by the neck, to be fair, but there we are. Oh, he's hitting shit. Oh, Wads, I think could have given that there.
No,
that's definitely butchered.
That's gone backwards.
Oh, again, forcing it. Forcing it.
A little bit of afters there from Chad. Or a bit of argy-bargy, as Bill would have said.
Can you say that now anymore? So I get told off at home when I go to like the kids, you cheating the lamb. And my wife goes, you can't say that anymore.
No, argy-bargy's nothing to do with Argentina.
No, you don't think so? It's just a pure barging and arging. Barging, okay.
So Chad's come up into second over here.
You look like it. It's going one light, not throwing another one in.
No, it's there putting.
Oh, wow. To be fair, I think Canterbury had a bit of a shove on there, mate.
And we get the light.
Really good stuff there for someone. What's he called now?
I didn't see that was free.
Some twaddle. We're going for reset?
No, it was a card. Oh no, he had his hand in his pocket, right?
You don't be saying too much your issue. I mean, it's up. Oh, tackle. Wow. Love of green grass. A second yellow. Canterbury down here to 13.
Okay, well, obviously the ref saw that. I'm not sure anyone else did. Unless that was a call from the assistant referee.
You boys take the edge.
Well, that's frustrating because I thought that the shove there at the scrum was fantastic.
Yeah, put us on the front foot, literally on the front foot. defensive mode now.
It's back through the mark.
Big 10 minutes
Take
coming
him
up.
back. So you can't kick. Take him back! Take him back!
Oh! Oh! That's frustrating.
It's isolated there, though. It's done very well there. Space now. Is that a forward pass?
Trail hands in the
Yeah, forward
Wow.
pass. Yeah. Just before you start berating the referee, I've got some interesting, well, I think it's interesting anyway. So, I was talking to one of the senior Kent referee on the Referees Association earlier about some of the changes that have come in about berating referees.
Oh no, not on live, not on live stream, surely not.
Well, I'll leave.
Am I in trouble?
Not you.
Oh good.
This is a general thing. But apparently, clubs can be docked points for berating referees if it's picked up and the referee reports it, including spectators. What? Spectators berating referees, saying that they're blind.
Oh well, I'm sorry, but that's absolutely ridiculous because, for example, if you want, okay, I could go to watch Westcombe Park or Sevenoaks, and I could then berate the referee.
Well, why would you? Oh, I see what you mean.
You see what I'm saying? So if you wanted to be a conniving so-and-so,
You go and dock someone else's points.
well, why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
I suppose if it was reported, then, particularly if it was on camera, the club would say, or the club being docked points would say, well, they're not a member of this club.
How do they know?
I don't know.
So this is still something you cannot say for sure,
Yeah.
because if it's just
I suppose
purely
it's
vocal.
but it's self-policing then, isn't it? I suppose the club would have to make sure that if there was people around that heard that being said, that they would report the individual.
Oh,
Don't shoot the messenger for me, and I've lit the blue touch plate.
Oh,
here.
mate, to be fair, don't get me wrong. Every Saturday morning, every Sunday afternoon, I have to go to do coaching on the sideline for football for my boys. I certainly don't berate the referee whilst I'm on the sideline. I will certainly have, and we know full well, I've got certainly different opinions to what the referees sometimes call. However, there is a level of, in this day and age, you can have your opinion, and it's your opinion. It's only yours. It's not anyone else's. Simple as that. And if the referee gets something wrong, he gets it wrong.
Yeah, but maybe the point is that you keep it to yourself. But I think, just bringing it back to what's going on here, the most influential person on the pitch at the moment is the referee. He's had the most. He's had the most influence on everything so far, and I don't mean that in a derogatory way.
No, look, the yellow card for Dave was clear and obvious. It was a really silly idea.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have pulled him back. It's just silliness. The Gary Jones one we didn't see, so hard for us to lay speculation on it. But if the next high tackle comes and he does exactly the same, then I've got no issue. So I'm now expecting the next high tackle, if it comes from HAVANT or if it comes from us, then it's going to be a yellow because you've set our precedents down.
Yeah. Yeah.
But bear in mind, when we scored our penalty, within a minute, it was for a high tackle.
That's true.
A little bit concerned.
Yeah, I'll go back to what I said earlier. Though. It depends, how much steam the HAVANT players can keep up, if that's the right phrase. If they're certainly fronting up well at the moment, but I'm hoping that second half some fresh legs might make a difference from our side of things. The only sort of thing I'm a bit concerned about is
That's forward.
that was lateral.
Well, might be, mate, right.
He's in. It's got to be, yes. That's
Such a good
Mossy.
kid. What frustration? You know what gets me with Mossy?
gone. Surprised.
He can make things look so bloody easy.
So that's the art of
like that step. It's just in him.
So that's the art of a decent quality player who doesn't look like he's making any effort. And to be fair, that was a criticism that was levelled at me for many years. And in fact, it's true. I wasn't making any effort. But somebody who just, you know, they used to say about Jeremy Guscott. You know, he'd be going at absolutely full beans, but never looked like he was trying. So yeah, Moss is he's a class act. Oh, he's not listening, so I can say what I like.
That's true.
So Dave's yellow card must be up now.
Yeah, he must be coming back on. Do you think sometimes when you're facing 13 or 14 that you as the opposition team can become complacent? Do you feel that we've got the space when we find we can do silly stuff?
There can be an element of that, yeah. I just think it's just a question of time before. A question of time before the points will come. But yeah, it's often the reverse can be true as well. With 13, 14 players, you play up. You know, you just apply yourself that little bit more, give that little bit more effort.
Canterbury!
A bit of a difference then. So I think Dave's just I'm concerned about Cheesy there. He was hobbling again.
Doesn't look quite right.
We've got Harvey on the bench who can obviously very, very good fly off.
Yeah, interesting to see Harvey. Again, don't know what happened with him.
Maybe it's a rotation policy in the courts. Not a great fan of it. Fit enough and well enough and should play him.
Fly hack up. Oh, okay. You're going to play?
Offload. Oh, is that a late hit there?
Felt like it was that many. Absolutely. No call back on there, but if you are joining us, it's Canterbury 17 here, HAVANT 12, 38 minutes roughly gone in the game. It's been a topsy-turvy one with Canterbury taking the lead, HAVANT then gaining it, then Canterbury, then HAVANT, then Canterbury. So it's a real tussle, it's a real kind of swinging affair at the present time. Canterbury are still, because I didn't see Dave, no, it looks like they brought Henry Kenny on rather than Dave Irvine. So Canterbury were for what would you say 6-7 minutes reduced to 13.
Yeah.
Kurt in space. Gone for the recoil. That's an interesting move.
And making a bit of ground as well, which is nice to see. Chad's carrying well.
Yeah.
Harvey.
Option. Big bash. Oh, fingernail away.
Just needs a couple of decent passes. Come on.
This is what kills me here. Is that sometimes this is where we force it. We don't do the simple.
Yeah.
You know. Ian McGeegan talks about that.
Oh, is that
He's
Harvey?
in front of you.
That's. I think he was over the line there. It's not giving that. Philippa will probably get a photo of it.
Come on!
Oh, that was one now held up. Oh, that's very frustrating. But Ian McGeegan calls it world-class basics.
Yeah.
You know, that's your bread and butter.
Yeah.
You know, set the player past it, you know, make the tackles, you know, bring a fire, the stuff that we teach kids when they're 6, 7, 8.
Yeah, true.
You know, get that right, then you can play. And again, a bit of a fluff up there, I think, for Canterbury. Could have gone in with another try on the board.
Just go through this phases.
Take it, Mossy, onto him. Go, Mossy!
It's so delayed. It was obvious it was going to be taken. Nobody went in.
That was Mossy trying to take on the whole of the HAVANT forward pack now.
Oh, that's got away with that one. Would you go for the corner again?
I would here.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Push that one up.
You where you are?
It's come on the live stream.
That's actually so cool. It's like
On the 5.
So it's definitely been sort of a patchwork game, really. I think Clement, they call it a curate's egg. A curate's egg, good in parts.
Ooh. I have to nick that one from you,
You
Craig.
can have that one.
Thanks, mate.
More.
Oh, set egg. He's in.
Should be.
He's got to be in.
Yes. Owen for the second try. Now, see, that's Canterbury's third try of the game here at Marine Travel Ground. All pictures brought to you from the OS 360 Media and are they called them a partner now with Orbital Heads?
I presume so.
Yeah.
I don't know what the contract states, but yeah. Yes, it's.
Oh, you know all about contracts.
Well, I know a little bit, but it's a great relationship, and it's so good to have that support.
Do you know that there's a gentleman who's not too far away from you right now who's actually also now a sponsor of Canterbury Rugby?
Is that you?
Yes.
Hey.
Yeah, Clem's
Welcome
Electrics.
on board.
Thank you.
Ah, mate,
I've got my board up there. I'm very happy actually.
Well, I've got my firm to sponsor us as well. So Price Bailey Accountants, double board up there.
Oh, double board.
I'll get
I
it in
can't
the
quite
shot.
afford
We'll
a
get
double
it
board.
in the second half when Canterbury running in tries up the top end.
No, unfortunately mine's only at the very far end of the car park. I haven't got huge amounts of money. But one day.
We're incredibly blessed with sponsors.
We
support is fantastic. So
we really are with this club. The club is absolutely... Oh, another great strike from the Cheesemeister General.
He's labouring a bit there, look. Pulled a fetlock. Something's not right there. He doesn't normally run in that sort of laboured way. We need to secure this and make some ground move there.
Just relax, he's getting out.
Can only be about a minute or so left until half time.
Yeah, they can't be. There hasn't been a huge amount of stoppage. You know, we've seen two players.
Couple of minutes.
Still live if they want.
Not sure what that was for.
Gavin, give me a time check. Cool.
So it's nearly time for our half-time orange as well, isn't it?
Yes, half time. What is it, amber nectar? Or are you going with a bit of black man's?
No, I'm going for the cheeky bear.
The cheeky bear, I saw you have that one the other day.
With Bear Island, so it's sort of pace yourself a little bit on it rather than the alternative, which is peak too early.
Oh.
It's a long day.
We've
a marathon,
all
not
done that
sprint.
one occasion.
Because after the first team game is the academy game. The academy are playing against our Colts.
Oh, are they?
The first time, yeah. So the Canterbury Academy, which was started a couple of months ago.
That's I've seen that. It was all close, put all over on social media, wasn't it? It was
Yeah.
Great idea.
So they're playing their first game on the first team pitch straight afterwards.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So they're playing against the under-18s, the Canterbury Colts. A great spectacle for people to see. And I think there's some girls, the Canterbury Academy girls are doing an exhibition of touch rugby as well.
Oh, happy days.
So all looking good.
Little dink over again. They've played that a few times now. That's saying to me that they've noticed something on footage, surely.
Possibly. There's space behind. Yeah.
I do like a dirty little grubber kick.
Okay, it's very slow coming back for HAVANT now. I'm not sure if they're running out of puff.
Well, you certainly hope so.
Yeah, there's a few.
Now, before I run out of puff and before the oh, that's a nice ball there. Good step. Before I run out of puff and before the first half finishes, I just want to give a quick shout out. Actually, I'm going to call it a huge shout out to Mark Chandler from Stonewall, who's one of our club sponsors. He can't be here today, but apparently he's watching from home and he's cheering on the CRFC. By all accounts, he's a really lovely chap. I can't remember if I've met him, if he's come into my box before. But I know that Damo, who is obviously the dark overlord of MMS 360, he wants to say hi.
To Mark Chandler. Hi, Mark.
Bon chance. I don't know if he's French. I just thought it'd be nice to say that.
Mark Chandler.
Mon chanteur. Mach. Oui, mach.
Chanteur, singer.
So I hope he's enjoying the footage. All brought to you with Orbital Net and MMS 360 Media.
Some more.
It's a good set.
Splinter and play.
Anyone on that one?
I mean there's slow ball and then there is slow ball.
Release!
But then again, actually, the referees allowed that to play quite a bit actually today. Like that.
He's tricky. That one, he's got through a few tackles.
Good feet.
Yeah. Oh,
No,
Seeing what's going on there. Is that Owen?
getting taken off the ball there. He was taken past the ball.
Ah, there's a red.
Lost it. Not.
And this calls a half time. So I'm gonna
The curate's egg.
The curate's egg. I was actually just going to say to you 3 words.
Okay.
Can you sum up the half in 3 words, Greg?
Not great rugby.
Ooh. I'm going to say haven't started yet. Hey, how's about that?
I like that.
How's about that?
Did you have that one prepped before?
No, I didn't. It just came to me. So yeah, 3 tries. 3 tries to 1. 2 for Owen O'Donoghue. So lovely stuff so far. Mossy with a really nice little sidestep to get the 2nd try in. I think what we're going to do today is I think we're actually going to go. We're going to in a moment we're going to pop out to pitch side. Try and have a little chat with a few of the fans out there. We're getting poked at by certain people. Getting poked at by. It's nice. I've got to say, it's nice to be poked by Kirsty.
I'll take your word for it.
Have you been poked by Kirsty?
Not poked. No. I've been chastised by Kirsty.
Chastised, yes, so have I. So, guys, yes, we're going to pop to pitch side, try and see if we can have a chat with a few fans, and we will catch you at pitch side.
I'm gonna bankroll.
Girls from the Academy, quick show, showing off their skills and all the learning.
Frankie said he'd never played me. You probably bugger off after 9 hours. He was going to, but we were sweating to stay around with it.
Some audio, but it's not Xander's camera, but it's not your voice.
I can remember years ago when we were at the Royal Judge, the panic came.
Say it's on your input, Sam. You say it's coming in the same input as your camera. Sorry? I can't hear what you're saying. Ah, okay, that's what
Hello.
Yeah, coming in on that.
So obviously second half here at the Marine Travel Ground, all sponsored to you from MMS 360 Media. Just going to have a quick chat with a couple of the fans here and see what their thought processes are on the game so far. Hello Jeff, how are you mate?
No, fine, thank you.
Thoughts so far on the first half?
I think one or two of them could be a bit better. I won't name. I won't name names.
We used the terminology, I think it was called a curate's egg so far.
Yeah. Yes, it's HAVANT are playing well, as we are, but again, like last week, a few too many mistakes.
Disjointed game, I think, so far,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, but it is a bit. We're not getting some of the possession we should get, or when we do get it, we're not using it.
Thought processes, prediction, end of the game.
I think we'll still win. There's no doubt about that. But I think they might need, or they've made some replacements looking at what's running out. So, yeah, it could be interesting now.
Hopefully. And obviously we got the slope, right? So fingers crossed.
Yeah, that's true. As long as they're not tired from running up it.
And that's always been an issue, isn't it, so far? Young sir.
Yes.
How have you found the first game, first half?
About what I expected.
About what you expected?
Yes.
So you expected a disjointed game?
Yes.
And how do we feel the rest of the game's going to go?
They should put it together now. They've made the mistakes. Now play it out.
Hopefully the old classic bit of rocket up the bum.
Yeah.
And in theory a much better result in the second half.
Yeah.
Well, fingers crossed. I hope so for that also. I'll come and see you, sir. Lovely. Well, there we go, guys. So a couple of guys here, obviously hoping that the game will progress in the right way for Canterbury, and obviously be a little bit less disjointed. So fingers crossed. We'll have a great second half, and we'll see you guys back in the hub.
Put that mic in that bag for us. Yeah. Yeah, right.
You're taking the player. You're taking this defender here. 13 obstruction. Ahead of the ball carrier, taking the defender. I've lost you both. Have you got me? JP, press yours.
Welcome back here, guys, to the second half of the Marine Trail Ground. All the footage brought to you by the MLS 360 Media Legends, with Orbital Net being our awesome fans who have helped us today. Obviously, Greg, you were very good. That's very kind.
I took one for the team.
You can tell with the team.
I think I can.
Put you back in my box.
1-2, 1-2.
So that's always nice.
It's a lonely place.
It's a very strange place. However, fans pretty much similar to what we thought. Disjointed, expecting a little bit more. Oh, that's a lovely one. That's a cracking run there from Sammy Rogers, the old Samoan side. So it looks like we've offloaded the bench here. So it looks like Henry Kenny is back on. Hair Bear Bunch. 22. Matt Campbell's on as well.
I think Max was on towards the end of the first half.
Ollie Frostick looks like he's on as well.
Oh, nice offload.
Open it up. Is he going to finish that?
That is a top try. That was a very well worked. If you have to touch it down there to go.
That helps dramatically.
Yeah, that was a really well worked try. Great offload from Frank Morgan there. That was just above the fingertips of the HAVANT defender there. He obviously spotted that well, floated it nicely. Yeah, it's a good start to the second half. A few comments from the spectators that I spoke to. They wanted a bit more passing and a little bit less kicking. I'm not sure that. You mentioned a couple of times that Cheesy's put in a few little nudges into space. Whether they, as you said, picked up anything on the videos from HAVANT's previous matches, that they might have said that there was space behind. I don't know, but
it's just interesting because I don't often see Cheesy do that option.
No, he does it when there's a penalty advantage, and obviously, shot to nothing effectively, or there's a winger in acres of space. But yeah, it's not part of his, not been a part of his game.
I do remember a few years back when I wasn't doing commentary and I was obviously up in the tower doing the video footage for Corks. Oh, nice slotted shot. He does a
pulls
lot
up,
right,
he
does
pulls
he?
up after a kick, maybe it's a quad or something like that. He's pulled or a dovetail or something. He's just doesn't look entirely comfortable.
No. As I was saying, I was just about to say was when I was back in the tower and a little bit more kind of connected to the first team rather than what I do now. And the only team that I saw came up so quickly. And I did say to them, I think it might be Patty was still in the position at that point, just said, you guys talk about the little grubber. Because they're coming up so fast, that grubber through, they're on their back, they've got to turn up, and if you get it right, it works. But again, it's a skill set, isn't it? And it's, have you got players, and that's what he said, you know, that's great, but have I got the skill set and the players to do it?
Yeah. That's decent clearance there from Cheesy.
Well, obviously that gives us the bonus point, so very good position at the present time.
Yes. I think there's looks like Presley's on actually as well for the second half. Yeah, bonus points are going to be well, literally a bonus this season. You know, if we're missing out on a couple 4 tries or losing bonus points, I think towards the end of the season that's going to make a big difference because the teams are very close at the moment.
Yeah, I mean you've got. I think is it 2 with a perfect score so far? Is Tonbridge one of them?
Yeah, and
Guernsey, I think. Or they only got 19.
Quick look at the table.
The tackle, boys. And away now, tackle! Behind goal!
Guernsey 20 points as well, so 4 from 4.
Well, let's see if we can continue this rich vein of rugby at the present time. From now I didn't see Presley's on the pitch.
Yeah.
I do like him. He's a good man.
Yeah, class player.
He has fluffed it though, unfortunately. The old classic commentator's curse. Now they're playing the same kind of chips.
Play on, he didn't call Max.
It's Max. It's his option. But he's rapid though, isn't he, Max?
Just come here, Jamie, captain.
Oh, he's
come
having
here.
a word here.
Come here. Where is he, Joel? Where is he, boys?
Not quite sure what's going on. Is he calling someone over there? Hold on.
So we've just got some information back from Mark Chandler. He said that he's got his earphones in on the ward, and he said, please pass on my thanks and appreciation to the comms lads. Happy that obviously we gave him a shout out, and he's very appreciative of it. Just obviously for those who obviously don't know, or if they do know, Mark's unfortunately not very well at the present time. And he appreciates absolutely all of the support that he has had from everyone. And it just shows for me the mettle of the man, doesn't it, really?
Yep, all the best, Mark.
And what I love so much about this club is it feels like a community. You know, it feels, you know, when you come here, there's always somebody who's happy to have a conversation.
Yeah.
Even
with you.
Even with me.
Hold on. Card here, another card.
Who's he? Is that? Oh, love for green grass. That's the 3rd for Canterbury in the game now.
And I refer back to my comments about the changes to the rules about referees being abused and so on. All I will say is this ref is having a major role to play in this game. End of.
Well, that's very good from you, because you know how I would have kind of phrased it.
Yeah.
See, what frustrates me here is that sometimes
Cheese is down.
Yeah, he's down. He's obviously clearly not moving very well at all. What frustrates me with the officials, and it's a combination because it depends on the man in the middle. Okay, so the man in the middle, it's about what do you want from your TJs, yeah, from your ARs, right? Now, if you only ever want your AR to tell you the offside line, if the ball goes out of play, then you're not using them in the best way that you possibly can.
Yeah.
However, what I find is, and I did certainly find at times when I was back at Isha, maybe it's because I was a lot closer to it being the first team manager, the amount of them who are so arrogant they didn't want to have a proper conversation. It was a case of, I've given that decision and I'm always right. Well, no, you're not, because there was some good stuff that you did, and these are the bad.
Yeah.
But they never want to pick up on they never want to pick up on the praise that you've given them, just the bad. And the moment that they get that in their head, that's it. You've lost them.
Yeah.
You've lost them for the game. And 3 yellows it's a big one. It's a big number. And to be honest with you, I've not seen, other than Dave Irvine's, which I thought was blatant.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit concerned about the others.
Yeah, and it seems that you mentioned earlier about setting the bar early on. If that's the case, then we could see a plethora of yellow cards from both sides.
Absolutely.
But it only seems to be a bit one-sided at the moment. That's a good breakaway again.
People would say that was Tom William-esque.
Almost. Cheesy shaping to kick then and then changing his mind, whether
I think
that's
there's a
injury
reason.
or...
That's a very good
Sammy
pickup.
Rogers in space.
Set
He's
him.
got room here.
And Matt, you should not fit. You shouldn't stop him from there.
Forward pass, perhaps.
No, he's giving it. He's giving it there.
Okay.
And that's nice. Is that Max's first?
No, he scored the other week. Yeah. His first try was a couple of weeks ago. Yeah.
Well, I'll just shut up, Greg. I'm not making lie to you. But yeah, that was really nice. What I liked there, the pickup from Kurt was fantastic. But Sammy actually delaying that pass to really set the play out
nicely. Yeah.
And that's the stuff. It's simple things that you coach, isn't it? As and I'm sure you would have been involved with coaching as well. Again, I don't know for sure if you have, Greg, but. With rugby, it's a real simple art, isn't it? It's run straight till you set the man and then pass, because it creates a space.
So I got told years ago that there was a great French rugby player who said the 3 things to do in rugby: score a try. If you can't score a try, pass. If you can't pass, receive. That's all you need to do. 3 things in rugby. This will test out Cheese's injury. It's from the wrong side for him as a right-footed kicker. No.
Oh, the first one, which he's let. He doesn't look great, and you picked up on it really early, didn't you?
He's kicked well, but he's hobbling after the kick. So whether it's a knee or a thigh or groin, I'm not sure.
The issue is, in terms of the bench, there isn't many options. I mean, because Harvey's not available. Harvey's not on the bench, so we're kind of a little bit heavy. Because the only other option is Nathan Morris to come on.
Nathan's not a fly half.
Nathan's certainly not fly half.
In his head, he is.
Oh, just like Danny Herriot is.
We're all fly halves at heart. Yeah.
Will Wads can sit in there though, can't he? Because he has played there before.
Mossy.
That's a nice offload, wasn't it, from Chad?
Yeah. Of course, Tommy's gone off as well, but Tom could fill in there, Tom Williams.
Yeah. But that could easily be the option, isn't it, that Tom comes back on, perhaps? Getting there, pulling of a shirt off the ball. That's a nice clear out. Who was that? 13. Frank Morgan with a big clear out. Ooh.
No, that's penalty.
Here we go. A little bit of
argy-bargy. Shenanigans.
Tomfoolery.
Yeah. Oh look, it's all gone off the ball as well.
It's still going. What I love about rugby is as soon as it starts, more often, it can finish.
Yeah.
You know.
You don't like to see it.
Oh, don't you? I do.
I don't mind people being passionate, but when it's the thing that always got me as a player was there might be a fight, a bit of contretemps in the front row, but then a winger comes running in to join it. It's like, hold on, mate, this isn't your fight. It's nothing to do with you.
Yeah. The only one I've ever liked when I've seen a winger coming involved. I don't know if we can get a ref like it.
Afters is fine. I then got 3 players in blue running in. escalating it further. So I would have been marching them 10 metres backwards if they're going to play there. But then what I have is 7, strike a player to the face. So 7 here will have a red card for striking a player, and it'll be a penalty against him. So anything else? No? Jamie, come here.
So referee saying that arm number 7 has struck a player in the face. That's Harvey, and he's going to give him a red card apparently. That's what I've just heard.
Joel.
And that's what I heard from the ref, Mike.
The initial infringement's 9 coming in the side. I then have your players running in an escalated thing, so it would be you march 10 metres. What I have then is you striking a player in the face, which is unacceptable, and that is a red card. So you will leave the field, there will be a penalty against this player here, and a red card.
Wow.
And his dad's here to watch him as well.
Interesting. I'd love to. What I will probably do, is I'll probably go through this. And I'll look through it later on. Rewatch it. But that's very much unlike Harvey.
Yeah. Obviously, we didn't see what happened. It might have been an isolated incident. He plays with his heart on his sleeve, Harvey. Always has done. Never wants to take a backward step either. So maybe something happened beforehand that caused it. Doesn't condone what he did, if he did anything at all. But
my concern, and I remember speaking, and I think you spoke to the, in essence, the referee trainer or whatever it was, Graham. And I spoke to him as well, and I just said to him, all over, to me, all you want is consistency. Now, I'm seeing almost a level of bias.
Ooh, strong word.
No, mate, I don't mind.
Yeah,
I'm happy to say it. And people have vilified me before on Twitter. But my question is, if he struck somebody in the face, rewatch that. Has anyone else done the same the other way?
Yeah.
Because there would have been.
Yeah. I would never use the word bias because it's quite pejorative, really, in a way. But I'd prefer to say perhaps a bit lenient to HAVANT.
Lenient to HAVANT. There we go.
Well, we don't know. We don't know.
You're absolutely right. We don't.
The referee might have had an absolute sighter of that, and we didn't see it. So.
But what I heard from what I could hear was the ARs gave him pretty much no additional information.
So maybe he saw it himself.
So, yeah. Anyway,
we move on.
Canterbury down to 14 for the remainder of this game. I will have to say to anybody who is listening or watching on the live stream, I have made a bit of a boo-boo. I failed to stop the clock at half-time. So I can certainly tell you now that it is not 73 minutes into the game. However,
we're probably 15 minutes into the game.
HAVANT are, again, that's interesting there. The AR, so obviously there might be a little bit of goading going on by HAVANT or have not. But HAVANT have got their second try of the game here. Rolling ball, as expected.
Yeah, we're going to be up against it a little bit here. There's a phrase, you know it, Clemmy. It's been bandied around a few times about being refed out of the game. You play what's in front of you. You play the opposition that's in front of you. You play the refs in front of you. And if that ref is being particularly picky, lenient to the opposition, perhaps you have to take that into account. You've got to be savvy. You've got to play to the ref. You've got to play to the opposition. So maybe this is the time for Canterbury to be a bit more savvy, headstrong, up front. Make sure that they play what's in front of them. You said yourself a couple of times you've seen a couple of pullbacks. Dave was yellow carded for it.
Yep, certainly.
Let's not do anything stupid. Let's keep it simple.
So the clever or the intelligent side are the ones who can pick up on how the referee's refereeing, how he's officiating the game, and make those changes, right?
Yeah. You just got to be flexible enough to be able to deal with it.
So I mean, in essence, really, those great sides, I mean, most time when we talk about great sides who know exactly how far to push the referee, more often are those that win games, right? Win championships, win leagues, cups, etc. So
keep the referee on side.
New Zealand are a classic, aren't they?
Always ask questions.
You know. So there may be this, maybe then this situation where you've gone, we've had 3 yellow cards.
Yep. Now a red.
And now a red.
Ollie Frosty, good, great offload.
You've got to start saying to yourselves, well, boys, we really should be listening to how the referee's refereeing, even if we don't agree.
Yeah. It'd be interesting.
We need to now work on it.
So it'd be interesting to see what Cork says about it, because I think, early season, one of his comments was the penalty count was getting lower, we were being more disciplined. Last week, from what I understand, Guernsey wasn't an example of that. There were a lot of penalties, a lot of
Well done! Good chance!
Tighten up! The penalty count against us was higher than usual. It's been the same, and here we go again. Same again this week. Hello. Yeah. So the didn't see that. Okay.
So the only way in which
maybe lenient.
So do you feel the only way in which HAVANT's going to get back in this is by? And obviously, people use the whole stupid, and this is a stupid phrase, by the way, with the whole front row, the dark arts of the front row. There is no dark arts, there isn't. It's just either. I know that when I was at Loosehead, and obviously when I was playing, our shorts had pockets.
Mm-hmm.
So the moment the referee disappeared, it wasn't a dark art. I just went and tried and grab the other guy's pocket to lift his leg up so I could drive on.
Yeah.
Right. So it's not a dark art. It's clear. It's obvious.
Yeah.
So are HAVANT now applying a little bit of goading, a little bit of dark arts, and realising actually we've got the ref on our side. Let's now try and make things more than what they are. Is the referee going to go that way? Because 3 yellow cards and a red would suggest that the referee's pissed off. Let's be honest, really annoyed.
Yeah.
With Canterbury.
Yeah. And if that sort of percentage of offences, starts to tot up or starts to increase, then it doesn't take much for him to reach for his pocket again.
No.
So yeah, it's just good nous from HAVANT.
Yeah, I think you might be right. In Canterbury, we just need to weather the storm for the next 5. Keep having a little bit calmer, a little bit at bay. Get the referee back on the side if they can. Because I do think referees, and this is, it's not, I'm not being overly critical with them, but it's very, and I would say it must be extremely hard. It's extremely hard to referee a rugby game compared to a football game. It really is.
Yeah.
Right? But I do feel they do sway a lot.
Yeah, again.
They'll have like 5 minutes this way, 5 minutes that.
Well, I think it's interesting. Well, I think it's interesting anyway. But I did have that discussion with the Canterbury legend that is Graham Bow earlier, who's the referee.
That's lovely.
Set
him. Oh, you plugging him up there, didn't you?
Yeah.
What's that there? I think Max could have done something a bit better there.
Yeah, could have drawn him a little bit more.
Maybe go into. Do you think you could have
cut inside?
Yeah,
give him a bit of space. But I said that I've refereed mini and youth rugby a few times. I'm not a referee. I was playing at the time as well. But you referee the level that's in front of you, and I think that should be the same at any level of refereeing. If you've got a bunch of 50-plus-year-old fourth team, no disrespect to the fourth team at all, but you don't expect them to necessarily roll away from the ball quickly. You shouldn't be pinging everything like you've got like an I Spy card, where you're picking up every offence that's going. So I do wonder. I'm very careful here, but I wonder whether this ref is just looking for offences to ping rather than letting the game flow.
Interesting. Interesting. No, I like it. You're infinitely better with your words, perhaps, or less controversial than as I.
Oh, you've got to be careful. I'm an ex-president.
I know. I get it. I do get it. And what I think for me, like Jamie's just been taken off the ball there.
Yeah, he was actually...
he's taken in the air there. The referee's not pinged it. But it does frustrate me because all I would ever want is parity, consistency.
Yeah.
Because in rugby, there is no way that one team is infinitely less.
We snaffled that. What's he seen? A high tackle?
Right, okay,
Right,
so
yeah.
if he's called a high tackle, right, and I'm going to go back to it, and you know, I hope he watches the live stream, and you know, he can more than happy for him to contact me. I'd happily have a conversation with him. If you've done it in the first minute of the game, they got a high tackle. Yes, we got a high tackle. We got a penalty, right? Then he's high tackled and yellow carded Gary Jones. That's a high tackle. So in theory, there should have been a yellow card.
Unless he thought it was just an inadvertent high tackle, but then.
Can you have an inadvertent? Well, this is what frustrates me.
Yeah, I agree.
Parity from the man in pink.
And consistency.
Is it pink or is it puce?
Fuchsia.
Fuchsia.
See, I'm better with words.
Okay, the fairy and the fuchsia. That's fine. I mean, the referee and the fuchsia. Sorry. I've got to say, that's one of my favourite referee movements is truck and trailer.
Okay.
I love that.
The sign. Yeah.
Just love it. That's kind of like me hitting my head with the microphone last week on live stream. Didn't know we were live. Bang, bang, bang. Ollie Frostick, though, I think he's a very good and a very astute addition to our squad.
Yeah, he's a young player. Hopefully, if he sort of beds in well, he could be around for a good number of seasons. I know he's come to the area. Played for Barnes, was it last year?
Henley.
Was it? That's right, yeah.
I like him. The fact, he gets around the park really well.
He's a big unit as well.
Look at this. Oh, look, there's the replay for Sammy Rogers. For Max to go in. Very nice. It's really good, really good. He set the player perfectly. I have to say nice things about Sammy Rogers because I call him the pizza slice.
Okay.
Well, his shoulders, he seems to have got bigger and his waist is cut in. So it looks like a pizza slice.
Toblerone, but yeah.
Oh, I do like a Toblerone.
Endomorph rather than ectomorph.
Thanks, man. What I don't like is the way in which you looked to me when you said the latter. Pretty darn harsh. Alright. I may have put on a few pounds due to being married. It still doesn't mean your words don't cut. But I will say this, so I do like Toblerone.
A substitution here.
It's over that, or he's going to give another red card for no good reason, but let's have a look.
Sure what's happening there. Oh, it's a HAVANT. Oh, it's...
Looks like old man time's coming off.
The demolition ball. He's done well, He's lasted, what, 60 minutes?
Yeah, again, I did stop the clock because I failed to keep up with it, so I apologise to anyone who is watching. Whilst we have a very quick line in play, just want to re-mention the match ball sponsor for today, Strutton Parker. Obviously, we all know our principal sponsor is...
Marine Travel.
And Time and...
Tide, wait for no man.
I love that. It's such a great... I love that little phrase.
Strutton Parker, Tim Mitford-Slade. Played with Tim here for a few seasons. He's an ex-Christchurch College boy like me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Very nice.
It was Christchurch College then, well, not Christchurch University. Back in the day. 40 years ago this year. I started at Christchurch.
Oh, really?
40 years ago.
My sister works in there.
Yeah?
She teaches teachers how to teach.
I trained as a teacher. I was an infant school teacher.
There we go.
A big shout out to all of my ex-Christchurch colleagues.
You do, now, Keith Whitten, who you may or may not know, who I work with Cathedral Electrical, he's an ex-Christchurch as well. Okay. Yeah, he was on the kind of whole maintenance team, and he left, and they all were like, "Why are you leaving? No one leaves." But he's one of those kind of guys who did. Boring statement there from me. I'm sure he's not watching today because he's going to be at the London Stadium watching that awful team who play in Claret and Blue. I think they're called West Ham. Is that right? They keep saying something about irons. I don't know if they like playing golf or something. Maybe.
Domestic chores.
Possible. Ah, domestic chores. Something that I wish might. No, I'm not going to go
that's not.
Haven't. I've got to say, again, it's become disjointed considering the fact that it's 14 versus 15. I feel that I would have expected a little bit more territory, perhaps. They're not quite playing the slope as you would have expected.
Yeah. Whether they obviously not played here before, but yeah, I would have expected a team that's had experience of playing here to use that slope. Perhaps play the edges.
That's forward. That's forward by country mile, is it not? Oh Christ! Who knows? Who knows what he's giving this? Have a look. He's going back a long way. He's enjoying his spotlight. His time in the spotlight, though. I will say this.
Front and centre for the whole game.
Now, hear me out. What was that movement? I'm not too sure.
Clear out.
He's certainly enjoying being, the most important person on the pitch.
Yeah. Again, I'm not going to go that far, Clemmy.
I know I will.
But I'm getting towards it.
I will. Yeah, and I'll happily say to anyone who may well be watching that they can certainly kind of contact me #Clemmy on X. Then you're more than welcome to give me your opinion on the game, or if you disagree with anything I might have said, it doesn't bother me at all. It's your opinion. It's not my opinion. Doesn't mean that it's not valid. I mean, everybody's got their opinion, so it's their valid. It's valid. It's their ability to speak their own thoughts, their own opinions, their truth. Some can say.
Hold them up there.
But yeah, #Clemmy if you'd like to ask as to whether or not I feel that Tom Bird's done a good game today. But there we are.
I just made an excellent spot there of a knock on, so all is not lost. He's given us the scum there.
Oh, you're
fickle.
Honestly. Oh. Brown nose is what they would say.
All the backbone of a jellyfish.
Some people would say, I know it sounds probably harsh, but some people say that if you've got a performance reviewer here, is that because they're looking to see if you can make the step up, or has somebody else said something about your performance?
Don't know. It could just be purely routine. It could be that his Sammy Rogers is pulled up there. It could be that it's just time for him to have a performance review as a referee. So we're not going to be privy to it, but it'd be interesting to know what the assessor says. I will offline obviously have a word with my referee contact, see what he says, what his thoughts are. But one of the things I always remember from years ago about referees was that you should never be the centre of attention. The best referee is the one you don't remember being the referee. But with all due respect to Mr. Bird, is it? That's not necessarily the case this week. He has had a major influence on this game in every sense.
It's kind of almost like how people would say a second row, how the second row's done in the game. Because the second rows, they go about their business and they're kind of like an unsung hero. You don't get to see the magic that they can produce. But if you watch a game and you go, actually I don't think he's had a bad game, then surely that's actually saying he's actually had a great game.
Yeah, so
because that's how I've always felt it.
Well, there's a few players that have done that before. Was it Richard Hill in the England World Cup squad? The 2003. They said you never saw him do anything, but that meant that he was having a great game.
Yeah.
So the fact that he wasn't, busting tackles or scoring tries or whatever, he was doing a lot of the, you call them the dark arts, but the dark work that a lot of people didn't see. Yeah, the grunt. Yeah.
I mean, I will say, and my friends who may or may not be watching the live stream, they've definitely heard from me my thought processes on Steve Borthwick as a head coach for England. However,
it was our line out and we got a free kick against us from. I have no idea. can't admit for numbers because it was our line out.
It does feel almost orchestrated, as if to say, I want to try and make this a bit closer. Again.
Only you can say it.
Yep. However, as you've said though, and I'm not going to say this, Greg, you've got to play what's in front of you. You have to play what's in front of you because that's the only way. Oh, come on now. Oh, that's a big hit. It's a positive hit. I think Kurt just did a little dirty toe tackle as well. There's no options out wide. Ooh, fly hack it.
Oh, no, penalty against us.
Oh, wow. Wow. 5 metres out here, HAVANT. I'd like to say I'm the ascendancy, but it's been very bitty for the last, what, 15, 20?
Yeah, again, very similar to the first half. You'd have thought they'd applied a lot more pressure, particularly given the numerical advantage, but David Irvine's been held back from not coming on there, so right, we should be going. Get away. Here we go.
Absolutely. Oh. Do you think if it'd gone to anyone else rather than a hooker, it might have been a little bit further? And that's not me being horrible to
as an ex-hooker myself, only you could have said that.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
I was renowned for my clearance kicking.
As a loose head, I used to kick.
Oh. That's stroll if.
He's got to be.
Yeah.
A little bit cross, perhaps. There.
It'd be interesting to let Jamie calm down a bit after the game and hear his comments as well. Actually, I think he's been on the receiving end a little bit from the referee.
Nice Morley.
Oh, that was close. That was good defence again.
Was that Max? I think it was Max, wasn't it? Max, I mean, and not being funny, the size of Max compared to their right wing.
Yeah. In.
Well, I know it sounds strange to say that, but that's only their third try.
Yeah, and again, given that numerical advantage, you'd have thought they'd have
and it won't
been able to turn that into a few more points.
It's not like you're holding that thing.
But hopefully, if we've got sort of 3 minutes left on the clock, but I think it's probably more likely with a couple of stoppages. What do you reckon? 5, 6 minutes?
Yeah, possibly 5, maybe 6.
Maybe a bit longer.
You could push to 7 perhaps, but I mean, you know, at the present time it's 36 points here. Obviously haven't obviously got the kick to come, so could make it a 10-point game.
This one here.
It should do. Right foot kicker, curl it round.
One down will allow you to pan up.
No, he never came back.
So at the minute, if you.
Well, I think that in itself has actually just helped out Canterbury dramatically, really. So, score here, Marine Travel Ground, 36 points, 24 to Canterbury. As we've already mentioned, Orbital Net. Have we mentioned Orbital Net?
Probably time for another mention, I reckon.
Well, Orbital Net.
What a top group of people.
Absolutely, but again, I just love the fact that they are another one of our awesome sponsors down here, and you know, it's almost like a proper business hub, isn't it? You know, there's so many. If you wanted to build, for example, if you wanted to build a house really cheaply, you just get in contact with all the guys who've got around here, right?
Yeah.
You know, you look around the perimeter board and you find people.
Yeah, we're very fortunate.
We are, and without them, we wouldn't be able to have certain players on the pitch, and more importantly, we wouldn't be able to kind of, do the things that we did during COVID. The whole change of the stand outside of the bar.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There's
And it's because of them.
Yeah.
It's not because of the rugby on the field. It's because of those guys. So huge thanks.
That was my second season as president. Was the COVID season, and people would say, "Well, you had it easy then. You didn't have to do anything." That was probably the hardest the club has ever been through. We really had to, battle to keep finances under control.
Bloody heck.
Okay.
Are we that bad? This is my question. Are we honestly committing all of these?
So,
I just don't know.
So people will look back, and this happens time after time after time, when they look at the game and said there were, like 8 yellow cards and a red card, and said, but it wasn't that kind of game. And I think that's probably fair to say about this game. If you look at the offences, and if you just tally up the yellow cards and the red card, it hasn't been. Okay, there was a bit of argy-bargy again, but it hasn't been a dirty game. It's just been slipshod and like mistakes, and the ref has just pinged everything.
But one way, in my opinion.
Yeah. But maybe we're guilty of that. Maybe we have been poor. Maybe we have been, on the wrong side in so many ways.
I want to replay of the punch. Did he punch him first?
If you can hear us on our live stream, the wonder,
the legend,
the wonder,
one-eyed
legend, that is
Dickie HAVANT.
Oh, Dickie, I was lining you up to scream your name there, pal. So Dickie, we're not sure.
Okay, forward try.
All we heard from the referee was number 7 strike to the face.
Well, you got it on there.
Well, we haven't been able to have the replay. We didn't get the replay, unfortunately. But for me, I didn't see it. But then I'm always perhaps amber and black tinted glasses. However, nonetheless, we're on. But you can talk, Dickie. It's fine. Fire away, sir. 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, you said. No, not yet.
No.
Come in. Come in, have a chin wag, Dickie. You're going to have to help Dickie in.
Get up there.
Yes, you can. Dickie, if you can get up to bed every night, you can get up those stairs.
Can I speak or not?
Yes, you can.
Come and have a seat.
2 weeks ago, I was in Westport County Mayor. I had a perfect picture of you lot.
Oh, really?
In Ireland, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Brilliant. The only thing was, I told, was it Darren Dennis, what his name is?
Thanks.
Yeah, when you interview someone, could you do it in front of the Abingdon advert, please? Because, I told him, yeah. In front of the Abingdon advert, yeah. I think the boys are bringing the racing cars up here on Paris Lemons Day. Yeah. Whether Mr. brings his, I don't know.
So we apparently, I've just been told that whilst through the obviously the years here, we do have a replay of
The alleged
punch. So what we will do is when we get a short break in play, I'm sure we'll cue that up because we know you want to see it. So why? It's not been a great game though, buddy, is it? This season, this half. It's not been a great half. The first half wasn't great either.
Well, he takes after his dad, but I'm willing to spend to get the first punch.
Check. Do I go and check?
I'm sure you can. So there's things that we can do better.
They're in.
They should be. No, he's not. He's held up. He's like, no.
What's he giving there?
A
He's
try.
given a try.
No, he hasn't.
He certainly is, yeah. I'm not convinced. I am not convinced at all there.
Well, then he's given it a try.
Yeah, he's giving it.
I don't know what's going on. There's two of them.
No, he's changed his mind.
Oh,
He must have listened. He must have listened.
No, I don't believe for 1 minute that the referee would have listened to anyone else.
Changed his mind.
He's not. I told you.
No, he gave the try. Then
No,
he changed.
did not.
He
did not put his hand
He
up.
did. Then he listened to the ref and to the AR.
You're just a bloody commentator. That's all you are.
You know what? I'd be very worried, Dickie, if we had you in here for a whole game.
That was a man. But away.
It's breaking there. Oh, now that clear out was.
Yeah, no, the picture in Ireland was actually brilliant. On a big television screen.
Ah, fantastic. Well, I'm glad you watched this home and away, mate.
I needed my
What were you doing over in Ireland?
Tackling. That's a lovely tackle. And that went forward, sir.
He's the
moment
he's only got one eye, but he spots everything.
I have been a referee.
The moment you came in,
Kent Society referee. I didn't really referee many games.
I'm more concerned about the fact you came in here and all of a sudden the referee's now doing what we want him to do. He obviously knows you're listening.
You see how fixed I am? Look at him. Look, comes up here. Bloody, what's that? Sorry. Wheels. Were you at the flag match?
Dickie slipped him a load of potatoes.
Again? Yeah, you always got to be worried about those potatoes from Dickie.
Well, we only got a couple of minutes more, haven't we?
There can't be much more left in the game, to be honest with you. Have you another good day down here today, Dickie?
What's that, 84-42?
No, ignore that, ignore it.
Blame Clemmy. I forgot to press the button. I made a boo-boo.
Did you make a few comments after that?
Oh, we've done loads.
Oh, I always make a comment.
Do you comment on the...
We're doing it now. You're live now.
No, I'm not on now.
Oh, look, right here, look at the screen here. But look, just up here, look, there we are, look, there's Dickie. Be mindful. Yes, ladies, he is this good looking.
I'll get my wig on next time, that looks bad.
Yeah, please don't take your eye out. On the watershed.
Do you want a cap?
Being serious, there's a chap over there with a black patch.
Yeah, that's what
And he's had an eye taken out, and we've got a long chat to him. I said, you don't want a black patch, you really want one of these you can take out, otherwise you've got no fun, really.
Well, I was just about to say, I mean, you
as long as you both see eye to eye,
pirates.
Hey!
He's just pulled out the eye to eye joke. I mean,
I said, if you give it to a referee at half time, look after this, sir. 9 times out of 10, he'll drop it.
And I'll keep an eye out for you.
Yeah, that's the one.
Well, big shove there from HAVANT. Haven't really been able to get Gary Jones actually out really in the open air today.
He's come back on again.
Coop's had a good game, I feel.
Coop, look, here he goes again. Yeah, he's like a spring chicken.
Easily just. And look, the referee's arm's going our way all of a sudden. That's interesting.
They've been defending well, they've been tackling well. Sitting there man short.
Yep. No, certainly. Again, going down to 14 men, it's always a tough one. It's never easy.
Well, we were very short for the first half. We had 10 minutes, didn't we?
Yeah, here we go.
Well, we've had in this game in itself, we've had 3 yellows and 1 red. So it says quite a lot.
We've got 3 cameras in here.
You get a better picture than watching the game, don't you, really?
Well, again, we're very fortunate, really, to be honest with you, Dickie, with the work that obviously Damon and the MMS 360 media guys do for us. Having the wonderful ability to have 4 different screens, or 5 different screens, and obviously we can get to see so many different things.
What have you got out there? 4 cameras? How many cameras?
They'll have 5 out there.
You haven't got one up in the air today, have you?
No, sometimes we'll have one up in the air, obviously the drone as well, and the drones are lovely as well. On the right day, when you get it up there, you can see the cathedral beautifully. not worried about the rugby, just about the cathedral.
21, no arms, no arms, 21.
Another penalty.
We haven't got another penalty. Did you hear me sticking your arm in whether... But you had added up how many penalties you've given to them and to us. They really want another try to get 1 point, 2
Yeah,
points.
they certainly do.
So it can only be a couple of minutes to go.
There can't be much left.
No.
But Dickie, it's always lovely to see you in here, buddy.
I'll get a better picture in it.
We'll get a better picture in it.
I'll see you later.
Well,
I'll see my
next time you come in, Dean, remember, we all like a beer.
Would you get in there? Hey boys, I'll see you next week.
Cheers, Dickens.
Always welcome.
What a lovely chat. And there's the bonus
points
points
for HAVANT.
for HAVANT. It's been. It does feel like it's been one of those games where you just, it's sometimes hard to commentate because it's so bitty.
It's frustrating, and I'm sure Corks will say the same. He'll probably be a bit more eloquent about it, and perhaps a little less. He'll be more defensive about how we've been. But yeah, we've missed an opportunity here. All due respect to HAVANT, they are a good side. They're a strong side, but we were looking at some serious points here, and we failed to pick it up. This could well be the last kick of the game. HAVANT players have taken their headgear off.
What frustrates me, away for this kicks.
That's it.
What frustrates me here for Canterbury is the fact that, as you say, we've got 5 points in early doors, but from what I'm looking at here, this HAVANT team is no better in any way, shape or form than the Worthing team which was here. Yet we put the Worthing team to the sword compared to this HAVANT team. And it may sound harsh.
Yeah, maybe we've slipped off a bit. Maybe the Guernsey defeat. Maybe we put a lot of effort into Guernsey last week, and maybe that's gone against us with the defeat. Maybe our heads are down. But hey ho, it's still a win. These are the sort of wins that we could use towards the end of the season. It's perhaps not as dominant a win as it could have been, but I'm hoping that the boys will bounce back next week.
But we can pick up on the obvious point. 5 points, win at home, no defeats.
Yeah,
we go again, right?
In front of a decent crowd on a nice day, a beautiful day.
Yeah, beautiful. I can see where you're going with that. Believe it or not, we're going to be joined here in Clemmy's box by Danielle, who is the head of partnerships and marketing actually for Orbital Net.
Clemmy, I'll say goodbye.
Oh, okay.
Take care, mate.
Greg, it's always a pleasure. It's never a chore. Danielle, hello. Welcome to my box.
Thank you.
Won't you come on in? Take a pew. Orbital Net.
Yes.
You guys have kitted us out with a pretty darn awesome setup here.
We have, thank you.
So, well, you're saying thank you. I'm actually going to say thank you. Really.
Okay.
So, yeah, great. Thank you very much. Orbital Net. So, talk to me about them.
Orbital Net.
It's going to be too obvious. You're going to say internet.
Oh, yeah, I am. Well, I was going to say connectivity.
Oh, I like that.
Just to be fancy.
Oh, go for it.
But yeah, connectivity. We specialise in providing it to businesses.
Okay. Now, I've also noticed that, obviously with the way in which we are here, we're joined also by, I'm assuming this is your daughter?
No, this is Ben's daughter. Ben's CEO of Orbital Net. This is Holly.
So really, you're the boss?
I'm the boss baby.
Oh, the boss baby, right. So I've got to be really good, otherwise I'm going to get in trouble, right? Okay, so, wow, I'm under pressure.
Yes, I feel it too. If I was you.
Oh wow, blimey. I saw Orbital Net actually yesterday. They were involved with one of our other partners and sponsors at the club here with Charles Bainbridge. They were at their office, sorting out some bits and pieces.
Mm-hmm.
So Orbital Net, you're around, tell me, size company, Canterbury, the world?
Yes, well, our head office is based in Beaksbourne, just next to Howlett Zoo.
Oh,
so
nice.
we're easy to find.
Yep.
But we are national. So actually we're global. We can actually provide services and do provide services in the USA and Canada as well. So we can go anywhere we're needed.
Nice, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
So have you got any jobs? Because I'm just a boring
We
electrician.
do! Look, anyone who's willing to sell internet, we'll take it.
Brilliant. So in terms of obviously what you guys do, obviously you guys do lots and lots of things here, obviously more importantly, help us set up the whole, we're calling this here the Orbital Net Hub.
Yes, indeed.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, you guys, was it this week you came down to the club?
Last week.
Last week?
Yeah.
Okay. More importantly, did you get any free beer? That's the most important question.
We were taken care of.
Excellent. More importantly, Boss Baby, did you get any chocolate out of them? Any Coke? Nothing?
Not Coke.
Oh, it's all they gave you?
And a burger.
God, I should have given you more than that.
Next time.
I mean, look, today they gave you this very wonderful, what would you call this, a gilet?
Gilet, yeah.
A gilet.
Very fancy.
Very fancy. I'm not sure about the brown. Don't know if it goes with my green eyes, but there we are. How did you guys enjoy the game?
It was excellent. It was really
Yeah.
nice. You liked it, didn't you? You weren't sure what to expect, but you really liked it.
Is it first time at rugby?
Yes.
Okay, and is it better than football, or how have you enjoyed it?
I feel like they're both equal.
Feel they're both equal?
Very diplomatic.
That's really good.
Sensible.
The great thing is that so obviously I have to do both because I've got two boys and I have to coach football and I wish they would gone down the rugby route. But I love the fact that there is. It sounds great. I like that.
The fighting.
I do,
You were
I do
laughing at
like
the fighting, weren't you?
Did you see it? Did you see? Was it a red card? Would you have given our player the red card and said, "Really? Oh wow, crikey!"
Brutal.
Because none of us saw it. We haven't seen the replay yet. So you've kind of just said, "Bang, that's it. It's done." Wowzers, trousers. So Big Spawn near Howlett's. How long's Orbital Net been going?
More than 25 years now.
Wowzers.
Yeah.
Okay. 25 years, and I'm assuming you've been there for only a few years, not 25.
I haven't been there for
There's
25
no
years.
way I'm going to do that. You could have been there for 25 years.
No, thank God you said that. I haven't been there 25 years. I've been there for nearly 7 years now.
7 years?
But yeah, the business has been going for a really long time. So we specialise in providing connectivity to businesses in particular, and certain sectors we specialise as well in construction, education and care.
Oh, nice. So, in essence, in the whole kind of the size of this part of Kent in particular, you've got multiple kind of things in multiple pies, then.
We do indeed. We also do our own full fibre rollout now. So across a lot of the business parks across Kent, we actually pull our own full fibre. So you can be connected straight onto the Orbital network.
Right. Okay. Because that's part of the issue, isn't it? Down here, where we're in Kent in particular, fibre is a huge issue, and I know it's a bugbear for a lot of people.
Well, we started as a wireless provider, so that's kind of our bread and butter, and we were able to service businesses that nobody else could because underground infrastructure was particularly challenging. So with our overground wireless solution, that's how we started, but we've just grown from there.
Wow. Okay. So I know that. So obviously, I'm Faversham based, and
Oh, you're local.
yeah, but we've got multiple new, obviously, sizable, very sizable new kind of housing developments happening. And there are some housing developments, one in particular, and I'll happily name Shaman Perry Court, where they've been told that they can only have one particular service provider. So how do you guys get around that? Do you guys get into that? Or can you guys challenge that kind of scenario?
Yeah, absolutely. So there doesn't have to be, you haven't got to have limitations on the providers on these new housing estates. We can go into housing estates and roll out full fibre, the same as any other provider can. Often it's mistaken that only altnets are able to provide that kind of thing, but actually as an independent internet service provider we can also do that. We have a residential arm called VFast Internet, and that's actually the sort of the business that the end users would experience.
Right. Okay. So then, as an electrician, when I go out to these people's houses, you guys are more than happy for me to say, have you tried Orbital Net?
Absolutely.
And more importantly, don't just try it, actually have it.
Yeah, give us a call.
There we go. Brilliant. Well, thank you so much, Danielle, for coming. And
Thank
more
you.
importantly, thank you, Boss Baby. Have I kept my job?
Yes, you have.
For now.
Yes! Score! So, look, guys, I'm glad you enjoyed the day. Please, continue to enjoy what time you have left out here today. And it's always lovely. I'm more than welcome for you to come back into my box at any time.
Thank you. We will see you again then.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Definitely. Thanks, guys. So, there, guys, that was the absolutely awesome. More importantly, I'm going to say Boss Baby, because I love that phrase, Boss Baby. That's amazing. Boss Baby, so that's really, let's be honest, the real, true and honest CEO of Orbital Net. And I was lovely to be here to have Danielle here, who was the head of partnerships and marketing. Obviously, talking about the game, we've all spoken about it. It's been a very bitty game. It's not been the kind of game that we were perhaps expecting. I think from the way in which HAVANT played, that might have been kind of part of their reason, their kind of thought process, to try and slow the game down, make it a bit more fractured, so that we couldn't really get much not parity, but a little bit of kind of movement in the game. There was a part in the second half at the beginning where I felt that we were just about to kind of push further forward. And obviously, unfortunately, the yellow cards started to increase. The red card was a huge one. We've still, I'm sure, if we can get it before the end of our live footage, see if we can actually get the kind of red card issue in. If you can see on our screen, on the main screen there, you've got Corcades chatting. Looks like he's chatting to Kupo. I thought he had a fantastic game today. I'm really impressed with him. He's just on his way, Cooper's now just on his way into the box now to have a little chin wag. I would probably suggest that it's probably wise for me not to have too much conversation with him in reference to the referee's performance today. But I think we'll pick up on the positives. So we'll pick up on the positives from the bounce back from the defeat against Guernsey, the 2 tries from Owen. Perhaps also mention about obviously Mossy's lovely sidestep, the offload perhaps as well, but also the great pick up from Kurt, and then obviously the pass there for Max to score his try, that we obviously opened up our lead to 12. But it really does show you though, guys, that when you slow down, when your penalty count becomes higher and higher and higher, and you get reduced to 14 men or 13 men as we were at one point, that can cause big issues, but we have prevailed here nonetheless. Just coming to Clemmie's box. I love this man who comes into my box, Mr. Corker. How are you, pal?
I'm okay, mate. Yeah, I'm okay. A little bit frustrated.
Yeah, I get that. I can understand that.
Yeah, but look, and that's not taking anything away from HAVANT. I thought they were probably unlucky in the end. I think we're only a couple of good defensive sets away from being on the other side of that result. And look, we just got enormous potential, and there's some absolute brilliant things that we do in there, and there's some absolute madness as well. And look, and we just said to the boys, there are some guys having some very strong performances, but we need to get that across 20 blokes, and that's not what we're having at the moment.
Yeah, it was a really strange game, even for us just to commentate, because it was so bitty, it was so fractured. No team really got a real grip on the game. There was no flow in Orson.
But that's the opportunity that we've missed for me, that to actually exert some control and put our own stamp on it. That's where we're sort of leaving ourselves in the wind, because we aren't controlling the territory. In the first half, in the first 20 minutes, I just thought physically we were way off, especially in the forwards, just losing contacts. And then actually we started winning collisions, and then we can play our game. We scored a try with 12 men, 13 men on the pitch.
Yeah.
So it sort of shows you what we. I thought Aidan Moss was brilliant as well, actually.
Right.
And Owen O'Donoghue, I thought Will Waddington had a very good game, and these guys are making a massive contribution, and we need to, make sure that we're doing them justice around them. So yeah, look, I shouldn't name names because there are some other very good performances in there as well, but the lads are working very hard, but I think our understanding of what we need to do to win consistently we're not as far down the track as I hoped we'd be.
Okay. Being in here with Greg Main throughout the game was interesting, because Greg gives a very different viewpoint and almost is probably the exact opposite to me and how I view things.
He's wrong, you're right, is that correct?
Possibly. No, probably the opposite way around. My concern, again, I went on there and I completely have slated the referee, and obviously we're not going to talk about him too much.
Did you see the red card? Was it a red card?
We've tried to get the footage up on it, because it was a really interesting one, because we were lucky enough to get the ref mic on, and the only thing we heard from the ref mic on was it was number 7 strike to the face, and that's all. There wasn't anything else about that. I always find that for me, if you get to that point in a game and something like that happens, there's normally been a catalyst, and it's never ever finished with just one person. However, I don't want to put you in any situation like that, but obviously Greg was saying that unfortunately sometimes you will get a referee like this, and more often than not it's you have to just play what's in front of you. So if he is being finicky, make sure that you're not getting on his wrong side. So it was a tough one today.
Absolutely, and I think
and you guys have praised yourself recently about the tackle, the penalty count being much lower.
We've had a couple of bad weeks of it, if I'm honest, and it's something that we talked about in the week. and we haven't been able to adjust. I think the high tackle ones are a lot of the time some are just technique that we'll obviously need to revisit, but some are we're putting a lot of pressure on ourselves because we're not moving quick enough to get set early to go. And I think in a game where we wanted to show our fitness in those first 20 minutes, we weren't moving quick enough. So that's obviously a slight frustration. Towards the end there were some really quality defensive sets. I think that we did start to win collisions, but there's just a couple of little gaps in maybe our D where obviously conceding, what was it, 31 points in the end. There's not many games you're going to do that and win.
No, certainly. Let's pick up on the huge positives though. Owen no longer I have a Murray O'Donoghue. 2 tries, obviously one from the rolling ball, another one from obviously huge amounts of pressure which we were camped on their line for a little while, a little 5 metre trundle. Again, keeps going from strength to strength. He's a great guy to have around, no?
He's a phenomenal talent, Owen, and for a very young man. And look, what's been great, I've probably bored you with this before, but him coming to us as quite a young man and being part of the first team squad, and Nathan Morris sort of, taking him under his wing. I think he's an exceptional talent and he's got a bright future in the game, and I hope that we can sort of progress so we can take him with us.
That'd be wonderful. Mossy, again, you already mentioned Moss.
Yeah, very good.
I said to Greg that when I see him play, he makes like the hard stuff look simple. Does that make sense? He kind of glides across the pitch. We spoke about it last week, didn't the last home game. But just that real simple sidestep for him to score. But he almost did that sidestep 10 yards before the player, but the player still went for it, dummied it, and he just ghosts himself in.
I think it's one of those for me, just because it looks simple doesn't make it easy. And I think that's where Moss's quality really is. And look, if it hadn't been for some injuries over the last couple of seasons, we'd have seen so much more of him. And look, we just really hope we can just keep getting him on that pitch and doing his amazing stuff, because he is one of the best runners I've ever played with. Just in terms of, he's actually, when you stand next to him, he's a very big human as well. And I think that's something he's added to his game. I think becoming a father and becoming a bit grumpier. He starts doing big man things and like affecting the breakdown, big collisions in defence. And yeah, look, it's great to see him back out there. Yeah, really good.
We had a lovely offload from Frank for our fourth, I think it was the 4th try. And then there was obviously the floated pass, which went out wide for us to score. But for me, what I was really impressed with was actually the 5th try, Kurt's pickup down by his feet.
Oh, right.
Great pickup down by his feet, offloaded to Sam Rogers. And more importantly, when we were watching it here, and we were just talking about it maybe about 5 minutes prior, was that, in your coaching, the one thing, obviously, and again, don't get me wrong, obviously, the level which I've ever coached to the level your coach is always going to be hugely different. But the thought process is very simple, isn't it? You run at your man, you set your man, and you deliver that pass as late as you can, because it creates a space.
We talk about pinning defenders.
And Sam just nailed it for the last one. Just sat there, waited, and then bang, outside for Max. And Max is going to finish from anywhere if he's got open space, right?
Absolutely. Look, and this is what we're talking about, like in terms of the real high positives that we are creating. Like we're, rugby union trying to make it 2-on-1. There's somewhere to put someone away, and these are the things that we're working hard to do. It's just those moments when, I know we said Owen was very good today, and he was, but we get a great turnover on our 22, and then we come up with a kick which isn't something we would practice, and the pressure's straight back on us.
Yeah.
So it's being able to back up our positives so that we can, be in control. And also, look, we want to win, but we don't always have to work as hard as that if we can be smarter.
Yeah.
So that's where, some would say it's early in the season. I think for us as a group, actually, we're 3 years in now. And that's where we can actually accelerate some of this learning. I'm hoping we can flick a few switches on and we'll see something quite different next week.
So with these, so obviously you mentioned about trying to flick the switches on there. When you have a game such as this, is this almost to a degree an easier coaching tool for you guys, because you can see the things that need to work on more, rather than like the game against Colchester there, 53 points to 13, hard to perhaps maybe delve into the footage and find things to work on, whereas in a game like today, lots of things which you can pick up and go, we can be better at.
Yeah, well, you know what? I think there's always plenty, even against Colchester. There's lots of stuff for us to take from that, and I think, you learn most from failure. I think it's obviously quite common sort of that's out there that people say that, but it's the actual truth. And the thing I think as a coach that's really important is you can create a very long list with 100 things on that you need to work on, but actually it's what are your headlines, what you're going after, because that's how you affect real change in a week, in a 7-day turnaround. So we'll have a real good look at it. But the boys are actually getting really good at analysis. They send playlists and I send comments through our online platform.
Even I see them. I'm still on this, so I do get them.
And that's a real positive, and I think that's what's going to help accelerate our learning, because where we are now, I think the good stuff continues to be good, but we need to bring the bottom up in terms of what we put on tape, because there's a couple of consistent errors now seen week on week, and that's where we've really got to flip that switch.
So onwards and upwards next week.
And look, fair play to Wads at the end. He's saying, look, we've got 5 points. We need to be proud and own our mistakes, and that's actually how we'll grow. Not from sort of just hiding away from it. You have to be open and vulnerable about where our errors are and our flaws, because that's the only way for us to actually improve on them.
Yeah, my wife says about my flaws quite a lot as well, so
maybe
I need to work on those. But mate, it's always a pleasure for you coming in. Thanks for being honest and candid as always. And obviously I look forward to seeing you
next week, mate. Back-to-back home games.
WP.
It's a very big fixture.
Get the big W against WP, right?
Absolutely. Well, look, it's always a hell of a game, and they've been going well. I don't know how they went today, but they've been going. They had a strong start too.
Yeah.
And haven't definitely tested us today. I think Westcombe Park will be another step again.
Great, lovely. Thanks, pal.
Cheers, bud.
See you soon. So there you go, guys. As always, it's such a lovely opportunity for us, and more importantly, I think for obviously for rugby to be able to have a head coach come in here, be so completely and totally candid about team's performance and give us some insight. And I can only ever praise Matt Corker for that. As we mentioned, a very bitty game today here at the Marine Travel Ground. Ebbed and flowed. One team took advantage, then the other, and then the other. It was a real kind of tussle. But thankfully for us, Canterbury came out with a 5-point win. HAVANT, I think, will be extremely happy with their performance. They came through to have, obviously they came through to get 2 bonus points as well, so that's huge for them. And I think that will kind of help them as they progress through the season. I would say the only final thing for me to say is I hope you've enjoyed our presentation, as always, with MMS 360 Media Gurus. I'd always like to thank our main partners, our friendships that we have with Orbital Net, and also with Stratton Parker today, who are the match ball sponsor, and more importantly, our principal sponsor, Marine Travel Ground, where time and tide waits for no man. More importantly for me, as always, I'd like you to be happy, I'd like you to stay humble, and most importantly, God bless. Take care now. Bye-bye.